Delicious.
Hundred.
Yummy.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode of the Business Spotlight, you guys, I've improved the game. I brought something special. Somebody special is going to be joining us today on the Business Spotlight. I have here with me one beautiful lady. Let me bring her in. I have here Chef Gold with me. Guys, I had to just beg her, plead with her, like drag her because she's a very busy woman.
Hello,
Hello, Chef
everybody.
Gold. Welcome and say hi to my subscribers.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
So introduce yourself to us.
Okay. My name is Olamide Kifaya. I used to popularly called Chef Gold. So I'm here at the More Cakeries YouTube channel, and if you have not subscribed before, please subscribe now because she has amazing content over here.
Please
you should not be
subscribe to the
missing out.
channel.
Okay.
So she's the CEO of Fruits and Bakes.
Yes.
She makes at Fruits and Bakes. They do a lot of things. Cakes, pastries, desserts, fruits, cocktails, trainings, a lot of things. Like guys, I'm going to pin her Instagram page in the description box. You can please follow the page.
Yes,
Thank you. So today we're not just going to be talking about business.
Yes.
She's bringing her A game to create this amazing recipe for us. Please guys, stay tuned, watch till the end because this one is a very different recipe as Chef Gold is going to be creating for us. Stay tuned, guys. So Chef Gold, would you like to tell us all of the ingredients that you have here that you're going to be using?
Okay. So one of our best sellers at Fruits and Bakes is our signature meat pies, and it has been the talk of the town. So today I'm going to be teaching you our amazing recipe. I'm going to be making delicious meat pies that you people are going to try out.
Meat pie, signature Fruit and Bake meat pie.
Yes.
Thank
so
you.
Here with me we have the Irish potatoes, the carrots, the minced meat. I minced it myself. Yes, I minced
you did it
myself.
yourself. Guys,
Yes.
she brought all of these ingredients herself. Like say thank you to her.
Okay, we have the flour, we have the margarine, we have the spices. Very important. One of the secret ingredients is our spices. We have the spring onions. Yes, the salt. This one, as simple as it is, onion, ginger, and garlic. Fresh ones, very important in your meat pie. What's a meat pie sauce without
all of these? I don't know.
Nah. You must have it.
Yeah.
So the salt, the water, and of course one egg for egg washing at the end of the day.
What's this?
Okay, we have the nutmeg.
And the seasoning cubes.
Yes, the seasoning
okay,
cube.
so nutmeg and
so
seasoning
basically
cubes.
this is all we need
for
our meat pies.
So as you proceed to the procedure and everything, I'll be asking you some questions about business. You guys follow the recipe and pick the lessons for business lessons and everything. First things first, you want to make the dough, right?
So I'm going to making the dough, yes. Okay, so we're starting with the dough.
Okay. So what can I help you with? Just tell me, I'll be helping you.
Okay.
So we washed our hands. Our hands are clean. So I would like to ask you, this is margarine? Yeah,
this is the margarine. So the ingredient recipe is going to be in the description box.
I'll put the description. I'll put the recipe in the description box. Everything will be there.
Okay, so
as well.
I'm going to be adding the margarine to the flour, but I'm going to cut it into little bits.
Okay.
So that we don't have a chunk of margarine into it.
Okay.
So every time you are measuring the flour, half of it is going to be your margarine. Of course, you can also use butter. So in this bowl, we have 300 grams of flour and we have 150 grams of margarine. So Chef Gold, when did you start your business and how did you start? How did you conceive the idea? Okay, I started in 2017. I honestly never had the intention to start a cake business. It was just something I loved doing. Okay, you had the passion. Yes, I just had the passion for it. Okay. And then it became a business. It grew on me. So how did it become a business? Okay, between 2016 and 2017, I was serving at NAFDAC. Okay, that's National Youth Service Corps. That's a compulsory service to the nation in Nigeria here. Okay. So I was having my NYSC with NAFDAC head office is all in Lagos. In Lagos, Nigeria. Yes. So, but there's one thing our bosses usually advise: get something doing before you finish your NYSC. So every other day they keep asking us, Lamide, what's your plan after NYSC? And that statement is one of the things that scares the shit out of me every day.
You're afraid of what the future holds, and then
Yes,
they keep
because
on
I
telling
had
you,
honestly,
asking
I
you.
honestly had no plans after NYSC. I had no plans, and then they will wake up and say, "There's no job. There's no job anywhere."
You have to find something to
Yes,
do.
what are your plans? And every day you see young girls, they come to NAFDAC with their products that they want to register, and then your mind just say,
So NAFDAC is
yes,
a an approval body for
food and drugs.
drugs.
Yes,
Okay.
so it's an agency for food and drugs. So and then I keep looking at young girls, young guys coming with their product to register, and then I ask myself, is it that they're from a rich home? Is it that they had this passion from when they were young? Why don't I have talent? What do I even like to do? I don't know.
Okay.
So everything, it was just like that. Then suddenly one particular day I noticed one thing: they usually buy fruit every other day
At the office.
at the office. My
Okay.
bosses, they fight over fruit every day.
Okay.
So one particular Friday, I followed my boss, that is an Hausa man, and I followed him to mosque Jumat service. And then he packed when we were coming back, and then he bought fruit of almost 20,000.
Wow. As at then.
And I was looking at him like, so this is how you people buy a lot of fruits. When we're going, I asked him, I said, Doctor, do you take this much fruit? He said, yes, my family are in the north, so I take vegetables and fruits
Wow.
most of the time. Okay. Then the next thing that came to my mind is that I can be bringing fruit to sell for this man, and then bring fruit for every other person in the office, because they
fight
all,
for fruits.
yes, like fruit is like a common thing, like among them, that I can be bringing. And I said,
Okay.
and the next thing came to my mind, I told him that next time you need fruit, I can bring fruit, or I sell fruit. Alamide, why didn't you tell me since all these days? Why didn't I say, it's a lie, I don't sell fruit, I don't even know where I can get it from. I just that thing just came to my mind, like, I have to start something, then let me start with this and see. And then I said, I can be bringing fruit for you. He said, no problem, no problem. And then when we got to the office, he said, okay, he just bought this one, but he'll be needing fruit next week. I said, no problem. So
Great.
immediately he introduced me to every other person and said,
So Olamide
sells fruit, that she can be bringing fruit. And they were now like, and you didn't tell us this, all this, we'll be fighting over fruit at the office. One of the bosses now said, can you make, I don't like raw fruit, but can you make it into smoothies? I said, of course. Some other people say, can you make fruit salad? No problem. So
even without having an idea,
I had no idea. I
business
just said,
just popped in your head because you saw
immediately I got home that night, I started I went to
pressing the
YouTube.
calculator.
I went to YouTube. How do I make fruit salad? How do I make smoothies? I started writing down recipes and everything. Then the next day, before I went to the office, I went to get fruits. I bought a lot of fruits. I came home, I cut it, I packaged it, and those days they usually use all these four-cornered plates to sell fruit.
Okay.
So my first day, that was what I used. I used the four-cornered. I took it to the office. I sold the fruit for 200 naira at the office, and everything got sold out.
So you sold out on the first day. Wow. So after then, what happened? You're adding the salt now, right? Okay. So after then, what happened?
So after that particular day, I started bringing it, but at the end of the day, it started affecting my work at the office.
Okay.
And for people that gave me opportunity, I should not misuse the opportunity.
Right.
So I had to stop. So it's time for me to add nutmeg. I had to stop moving around with the fruit. I went to outsource it to one of the cleaners there.
That will be your first time.
Yes, because those days, those cleaners usually sell plantain chips and other things. So I got to one that was not selling anything. Okay. And then I told her to help me take the fruit round. I already have a lot of people that usually request every day. So what I just did was that extras that we have, she should look for new people to take it to and market it to them. Great. That's all. And I give her one part of the money every day.
More like salary.
Yes.
Wage.
Anyways, daily. Then we were selling, I don't know, about 8,000, and she was collecting 500 naira daily.
That's a good bargain.
So what I now did was that I realized that I wanted to increase the price and then reduce the quantity of fruit. Now it's time to add the water, but I'll be adding it
bit by bit.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I now did there was that I went to Lagos Island. I got a new packaging. I wanted to stop using the regular plastic. So I got a cup, the regular what do they call this cup? Transparent cup with a dome cover.
Okay. So what they use for smoothies and all.
Yes, that they use for smoothies. So I started making smoothies, and then I put fruit salads inside. One thing that did for me was that I was able to increase my money to 250 from selling at 200 naira. Oh, and then I was able to reduce the quantity of fruit I was putting in one pack. Okay. And then I differentiated myself from the regular malam on the main road that sells food. Okay. So that was one thing that did for me, and I started from there. Great.
So now we want to make the sauce for the meat pie. Chef Gold's special meat pie.
Yes.
So Chef Gold, you're adding what?
The vegetable oil right now. So we don't need too much oil. So this quantity is enough.
Okay.
So what I'll be doing.
So next you'll be adding what's this? Onions.
So this is my onions, ginger, and garlic.
Okay.
So I grated it together, and I'll be frying this first. This is going to give it a really nice flavor and aroma. You see the way everywhere will smell out. Immediately I start frying it now.
So Chef Gold, how did you transition from fruits to cakes?
Cake business.
To cake business.
Okay.
And how was your first 2 years in business like?
Okay, so let me start from how I transitioned from fruit. So like I said earlier, I was selling fruits at my PPA NAFDAC then. So I realized that eventually 90% of people started requesting for smoothies instead of the fruit salad. So I started taking smoothies every other day. And you know, one thing that comes to mind immediately you see smoothies, what am I going to eat with it? It has already become liquid, and then people will start looking for what to consume along with it.
Smart.
So one particular day, one of these my bosses just asked me that this one that we are taking smoothies every day, nothing, you don't sell cake, chin chin, especially cupcake. And me, you will never hear no in my dictionary. I had never made any cake before in my life. But I said, oh yes, I can be bringing cupcake. And that was a Friday. So I told them that on Monday I was going to come with cupcakes. They said how much was my cupcake? I said 100 now. As a matter of fact, I already collected 1,000 naira from them even before making the cupcakes.
Have you ever tried making cupcake before?
I had never baked cake in my life.
Wow. I love your confidence.
So I just rushed to I remember there was a cake store at my junction there, Jack on the gate. So I went to the woman, please, I want to make cake. What are the things I need? She said, I don't bake cake, but you can use you can buy all these things. I said, no problem, that will come tomorrow. That was a Friday. So when I got home, the first thing I started doing was checking YouTube videos, writing down recipes and ingredients. And then the next day I went back there. I went to get the meat. I need the meat. So I went to get the ingredients. So now I'll be adding,
the meat. Okay, that's the meat.
Yes, let me just digress briefly about this meat. Now I bought it, I minced it.
You bought fresh meat?
Yes, fresh meat from the market, and I minced it with my mincing machine. If you don't have, you can just go and buy minced meat at the supermarket. So what I want to say is that there was a lot of water in it, so I had to just dry it up a bit. I did not cook it, I did not do anything, I just dried it up a bit. So normally it's supposed to be pink.
Okay.
Do you understand? Normally it's supposed to be pink. So as it is now, the color has changed a little bit, but I still want the color to change and become more brown. I still want the color to change and become change color. Well, the color is already changing anyway. So once you have your full brown color, I'm going to add in my potato and carrot. But before then, let me add my salt, my spices. So I'm adding
so now you're going
now.
in with salt?
Yes, just a little bit of salt.
Okay,
not
it doesn't
too
have
much.
measurements.
No.
Okay, then the spices.
The spices, just the way you use your salt, but it depends. You can use 1 teaspoon if you want to measure it. You can use 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
So talking about the spices is made of a lot of things: cumin seed, coriander, and so many things. The most important thing is for you to have allspice. So I'm going to be adding the seasoning cubes.
Okay.
So I'll be adding 2 seasoning cubes.
Okay.
Too much of everything is not good. So now I think I've gotten the desired color I want. So I will come in with my Irish potato and carrots.
Okay, so it seems a bit dry.
As you can see that there's no oil. The oil is not too visible. So I'm going to add my Irish potato and carrot, and I'll be adding water. Yes.
Okay. So you have carrots and potatoes right?
Yes, I'll be adding a little bit of water to cook it.
water. Just a, no need for measurement, just a little bit, right?
Use the measuring cup. So I'm going to add 1 cup of water to cook the
Okay.
potato and the carrots. So
Carrots.
let's leave it for a moment to get cooked up.
So the spices brings intensifies the flavor of the pies, right?
Yes. The spices add small, beautiful,
Because I can
delicious flavor
smell
to
it
it.
from here.
So
Like
this,
it smells so
yeah, the
so
spice is one of the
amazing.
secret ingredients, and it adds more flavor to it. It just gives the difference between using a curry. If someone is making a meat spice sauce beside you, and the person is just using curry and thyme, and you are using spices for your own will attract more people to your stand.
Mm. Because it's smelling really, really
Yes,
nice.
because they want to have a taste of what exactly you are preparing that is giving them that kind of aroma.
That's good.
Okay, so as you were asking, so like I said during that weekend, I went back to the lady after writing down some recipes. So I already knew the things I was going to buy. So I bought those things, and then I tried out the first batch of cupcakes. It didn't come out well. My daughter, everybody were making jest of me in the house. That same night I didn't sleep. I tried the second batch, and it came out perfect.
Wow. Just by
So
watching YouTube
yes,
videos.
yes. Even though then I didn't know anything about having a fluffy cake or something, what I just needed was the look of the cake should come out beautiful, domey. You know how cupcakes look. The first one I did sank.
Oh, okay.
So the second one I did came out so perfect, and we loved it, and we didn't know anything about being rich or anything, so we just loved it. So I knew that yes, I'd gotten it right. The second day, again, I baked to be
Mm.
sure that yes, I was not going to mess up.
And it still
So
came out
yeah, so
nice.
on Monday morning, the night before, that was Sunday night, and I baked the cupcakes I was taking to the office, and I sold it under there, and they all loved it.
So you were sold out on that one as
So
well.
I was sold out even before I even got there, because I. So we have the spring onions. Just going to add the final flavor to it. Then so let's make the slurry. This is half cup of water. This is 2 tablespoons of flour. We're going to mix it together with measuring spoon. Mhm. Just to honestly, without it is already slurry. Let's just okay. So this slurry is to make it to come together. You know how meat pie sauce hold up together. Okay, so I'm not going to add everything because it has already come together anyway. So I'm just going to mhm. The aroma here is tantalizing.
Very, very tantalizing. Everywhere here smells so amazing. Well done, Chef Good.
Thank you. So I think our meat pie sauce is ready. Look at it.
Good.
Looks beautiful. So I'm going to switch the gas off now, and then we'll go and bring back our dough and work on the dough. So it's out of the fridge now. It's a little bit chilled.
Okay.
So let's roll it out.
Very cheap.
Yes, chilled. So let's roll it out. So this is 300 grams. I think we should be able to cut it into
Did it explain or something?
it's not necessary. By the time you roll it, you take out the excesses and join it to the next one. Just make sure it is moderately sized. So just is when you are going to fry your cake, make sure it's not too much so that it does not affect.
Just a little.
So if you are selling meat pie and you want to just kind of increase your price, or you are making it for a family member, you want to make something spectacular that is not the regular that they are seeing. If you don't have the rolling pin or the cutter for it, just get your knife.
So it's for the aesthetics, right?
Yes, just improve the beauty of the meat pie and just give it a new aesthetic look.
Chef vibes.
Exactly. So with this one, let's say you are selling your meat pie for 1,000, you can increase it to 1,500 without fear, because they'll just think you have brought something new. One thing I always tell people is that anything you are selling, just twist it up a bit. You don't have to change your recipe, you don't have to change anything. Just twist it. Think about what you can twist, how you can change for you to increase the price. You are going to see the outcome by the time you bake this.
This looks so beautiful.
It's already looking beautiful without baking it. This is going to come out really nice. So I'll see you on the inside.
The next thing is to egg wash it. What does this egg wash does?
So it gives it a shiny finish. It gives your meat pie don't look boring when it's out of the oven. It gives it this glossy, shiny finish. So it's good for you to whisk your egg before you use it to wash your snack.
So this is just normal egg
Just
that's
the
been
egg,
mixed up
yes,
together.
just
That's
mixed
all.
together, yes.
So this is called the egg
washing
wash
process. So here we are egg washing it. Can you see that it's already shining? So it gives it this glittery finish when it's coming out of the oven.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
So it's always good for you to poke some holes into your meat pie. This one is not for fashion, it's for the steam inside the meat pie to steam out. So I think somebody was telling me the other day that what's the essence of it? Although it's not compulsory, but it's always good. It's always good for your meat pie. It's good for the steam inside the beef to come out.
So especially for
people that are not eating it immediately.
Does it make it like if you don't poke holes inside it, does it make it open up?
No, it doesn't open up. It doesn't open up. But it's always good. So sometimes it affects the shape.
Oh, okay.
It makes sense. So
Now we're taking it into the oven to bake, and we'll see you on the other side. We'll continue our interview after this. While we wait for the meat pie to get ready, it's in the oven already. I'm going to take Chef Gold on a tour of business, everything about our business and all of it. So my first question would be, how was your first 2 years in business?
my first 2 years in business, I'll call it a learning phase.
Okay.
The first 2 years in business, I learned a lot. Like I made a lot of mistakes. I would wake up some days and be crying, like a lot of errors. So I took the first 2 years. Let's just say I used the first 2 years to learn a lot about the business of baking. You know, there's the business of baking is a different thing compared to baking itself.
Yes.
Anybody can bake. You can train your younger sister to bake. You can train your staff members to bake. But when it comes to the business of baking, it is not everybody that can do it. So let's just say I learned the business of baking within those 2 years because I failed. I failed so many times. Like I fell down so many times. Getting back up was just the 2 years I learned it. I learned the hard way. So that's the more reason I don't hesitate telling my stories every now and then. Every single failure that I failed, I always make sure I tell the story because a lot of people are out there who are in the same beginning moments of their business, and they just need someone to just tell them their own experience for them to learn. So let's just say the first 2 years of my business was just the part where I learned everything that I do know today about the business of baking.
So first 2 years you learned, you failed, and then you relent, and then you now, like I would say, you are now polished.
Yes.
For the next phase of the business.
Yes.
So after these 2 years and within the 2 years and now, how have you been able to have you carved a niche for yourself?
I would say in Nigeria, I really don't believe in carving a niche, basically, especially when it comes to cake business. If you are into fashion, you can carve a niche, or you can sell kiddies items, you can sell adult items, because when it comes to adult items, there's a lot of things. There's bag, there's shoe, there's jeans, there's a lot of things. But you see, when it comes to cake business, when they say onokon waja, I mean, you cannot go into the market through one way.
Okay.
A lot of ways has to enter into the market. That is the same exact thing I use in the philosophy of my business. Like I cannot niche into one particular items. What happens when the item is not selling? What happens when the economy is down, especially now that the Nigerian economy is down and I'm focused on only one thing? What do? I'll start all over again. No, I don't. What I just won't do is I don't just bring everything in at once. I take them one step at a time. When I started fruit, then I brought in cake. I did just fruit and cake for a very long time, and then I learned how to make small chops. I brought it into my business. In between, then I learned cocktails, but I dropped it. Sometimes some things might be too heavy for you to undo. I'm not saying, when I'm talking about not having a niche, I'm not saying pack everything and start doing it.
Okay.
But in as much as you are not having a niche, make sure you have specific things that you are really good at, or you really want to be good at, and you're working towards being good at those things, and focus on those things.
Okay, so you really don't have a particular niche, but at least for now you do fruits, you do cakes, you do trainings, and then you do small chops.
Yes.
All of this you perfected well, and then they are selling out for you. So if one is not selling, your philosophy is that you don't have to sell one thing, especially in this kind of climb where inflation is just unpredictable.
Yes.
So you can sell cakes today, and if it's not moving, you switch.
Yes.
You switch. And it's not like you are leaving one and selling one at a point in time. They are all interwoven.
Yes,
so
I'm just channeling my energy more on a particular thing.
At a
For
time.
example, right now, I'm channeling my energy on online training, then my small chops combo with cake. I think for now, that's it. Okay. There are times where I channel my energy on wedding cakes when it comes to the season. Okay. I start running ads for it, and then even if there is no order at that moment, I work on a dummy cake to give a beautiful design, and I run ads on it because I want to focus on that at that moment. Because I know that's the peak of wedding season. So I just focus my energy. During December, everybody sells fruit cakes, so many treats. Treat boxes work. So if you know how to make treats, brownie, cookies, chin, work on your treats that period, you are going to sell out. So basically, that is how I've been able to run my business.
That's very, very good, and I really, really love that idea. Do not niche down up onto the point where you have just one product, especially in the baking industry. Be like Chef Gold, widen your horizon and have product samples that you can sell at different points of the business. Yes. So moving on, I don't forget. Okay, so I can see your energy with marketing and sales. Like, she's a sales guru. How do you manage marketing and sales in your business?
Okay, basically, I always say something that whenever you become an entrepreneur, not just because whenever you wake up and decide to sell something, not only are you an entrepreneur, you become a marketer that day. Your primary job is being a marketer, because what's the use of you being a recipe guru but you can't sell it? Marketing is number one thing when it comes to business. So I really don't take marketing and sales like as a joke. I don't take it for granted, because what puts money on your table after your talent? There are so many people out there who don't even know how to bake as much as you do, but they make more money than you do because they are so good at marketing their business. So I've been able to manage marketing my business. Number one, running sponsored ad on Instagram. Number two, building a community of my people. How do you build a community? Teach. Become an authority. Yes, always define the value you are giving. When you become an authority, when you teach, people tend to trust you. They believe in what you can do. They believe in what you can give to them. And after you have taught for a long while and you want to monetize whatever you are doing, whatever business you are into, it's more easier for you to sell. For example, you can teach something for free by bringing people into your WhatsApp. You have to give something for you to get people, and when you bring people into your community, you start nurturing those people by teaching them every once in a while, following up with them and all, so that by the time you bring other things to sell to them, you are going to sell it out ASAP. If I wake up today and say I want to sell something to my students, I know that I might not sell enough, I might not meet up with my target, but I will not have zero sales. So that is how I've been able to manage. And when it comes to cake business, make sure your customers, you don't just treat them as customers, you treat them like normal people that are going to patronize you. Build a relationship with your customer. Make sure you genuinely care about what they need. For example, a customer comes to chat you and tells you that I need a cake for my 10-year-old son, and you say, what size? And she tells you, I really don't know size. I'll send you our price list. No, You don't have to treat them like a customer. Genuinely care. Oh, okay, welcome. You need a cake for your thing. What does it like? Does it like soccer? What exactly does it like? And they tell you, he's not a football kind of person and he's not a cartoon character. I just want something simple. Oh, I know right there what you need for your boy.
Then you now send pictures.
Then you send us samples. If you already have a catalog or a website, you share the link with the customer. Make sure you talk to them, you follow up with them, like you genuinely care. Oh, is he taking it to school or is he having a party? So that, let's say she doesn't know the size she wants, so that you'll be able to advise the size they should get for the boy. Or is it just a sitting room birthday? You understand? Then you move ahead to the budget. And if the budget is not as much as what you charge, you advise them to go for a smaller size or something. Don't just treat them like, oh, this customer does not have money, please move. Do you understand? Sometimes when it comes to customer, it is your relationship with them that make them just want to buy, want to patronize you. Do you understand? So marketing goes a long way. It goes into customer service. It goes into the process from the moment they saw your page, either on Instagram or Google or anything, up until the moment they order from you, up until your delivery, even after delivery. Marketing still goes ahead because you're still going to reach out to them every once in a while. You're going to respond to their status messages. For example, someone like me, I have a long list of people on my WhatsApp, but every once in a while I make sure I type out the customers that want to go and view their status just for me to respond
to them.
Why? I want to give them that reminder
that I'm still here.
Yes.
Okay, good. So with marketing and sales, you focus on using social media.
Yes.
Everyone I've interviewed always mentioned social media. Referrals too, she uses referrals, and then she treats her customers like king. You don't just treat them like, oh, you're becoming too troublesome. This is the price. No, you treat them like a human. Like, chat with them, connect with them with feelings. Then they will be attracted to your brand and they will buy from you. So those are some of the few ways that she has been able to manage marketing and sales. How have you been able to manage competition in terms of pricing? Mainly.
Okay, so when it comes to pricing is not about competition, basically. Pricing is about what you have bought, your cost, your material cost, the profit you want to make, the value you have placed on yourself, right? Yes, when it comes to competition, there is one thing: you cannot overcharge. You cannot overcharge in an environment that cannot afford what you are selling. But if you are in an environment that can pay for the value you deliver, you are not bothered by do you know the ingredient your competitor is using? Do you know the cost of material for that your competitor? Do you know if they work in bulk? That is the main thing. The only important thing is for you to create. One thing I always tell students: in as you have luxury items, create something medium for average people, and create small things for low budget people that want low budget cakes.
Okay.
So you just build your customer base or your prices around 3 categories of people. Don't just focus on one particular side, like I'm only working on luxury cakes. When it comes to Lagos or Nigeria, there's a lot of people that bake cakes, and the truth is the only competing thing is that you cannot focus on one thing. That is the only thing I see as the barrier that will affect you and bring in competitors, because no matter how rich people are, people cannot waste money lavishly on cakes. And cakes is under the category of good feelings. Cake only make people have a good feelings. Cake is under luxury. So there's a way people can overlook cake.
Exactly.
Right? So if you give them too high a price and you don't have anything that can suffice for the budget that they have, they are going to move ahead to the next person.
Exactly.
So when it comes to competition, there's nothing like competition. It is just you that should work on your pricing strategies and your product categories. And our meat pie is ready.
It smells so amazing, guys.
Everywhere smells nice. So let's see the inside of the meat pie. Wow, so
it's sizzling hot.
So
and what I'm noticing is that the outside is very crispy. I love this recipe already.
So nice.
I love it.
So nice. Let's have a taste. Delicious.
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate this, and this meat pie is good, amazing. Bye.